Did you see or heard on how Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso was celebrated in Ghana today just like a hero? Do you know that Ibrahim Traore, he have embarrassed the entire African leaders who were seated over there in that stadium? Because from the moment when his name was called, Captain Ibrahim Traore was celebrated by the entire Ghanaians and Africans who were gathered over there. Celebrating him for what reasons? Of course, we are going to talk about that in this video. But in order for you to understand exactly what had happened earlier on, have watched this video from the moment when Captain Ibrahim Traore, his name was called by the Chief Justice of Ghana, and see on how people of Ghana had to celebrate him, which was more different to any other African leaders who were present over there in Ghana.
The head of state of the strong people of Burkina Faso, His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore. Honorable members, the full meaning of Burkina Faso means strong men and women of integrity. We have His Excellency Brigadier General Brice Clotaire Oligui Nguema, the President of the Republic of Gabon. After him, we have His Excellency Mamadi Doumbouya, who is the President of Guinea-Conakry.
It is now obvious that Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, he have revolted the entire African youth who get to understand on how to start dealing or treating with African leaders. Yep, Captain Ibrahim Traore, he have embarrassed African leaders over there in Ghana, and he have actually passed a very strong message that people of Africa, people of Ghana, they have come to understand that they need a leader such as Captain Ibrahim Traore, because from the moment when this man's name was called, the way it was being celebrated by Africans and Ghanaians who were seated over there, it was far way different compared to any other African leaders who were over there. This is a very strong message of showing everyone out there that people of Africa, they are not that dumb, they are not that stupid. They know what is happening. They can see who work for Africa continent. They can see who put his country first before anything. They can see who's a puppet president to the Western leaders and who's there to work for people of Africa. Because Captain Ibrahim Traore, as you all know that since he's been in power in Burkina Faso, he don't usually travel. Instead, he preferred to be sending his prime ministers or minister of finance to go and represent him in different events that take place around the world, especially if it is something which has to do with the Westerns, whether it is Africa summit or US, or France, you will never gonna see this man beside him going in Russia because of the kind of relationship Captain Ibrahim Traore and people of Burkina Faso have with the Republic of Russia. But these other Western countries, Ibrahim Traore never want to go anywhere because he have make it even more clear by saying that he does not want to have anything to do with these people. So he does not even give them the opportunity for them to be seated next to him. That was a very good sign which this man have sent to everyone out there in order for them to understand that he does not want to be a puppet to the Western. But today in Ghana, as they were celebrating the swearing in of their new president, they had to invite different head of the state around Africa continent. As we all know that in the history of Africa liberation, of course, Ghana was the first nation in Africa continent to free themselves up, or in order for them to have their freedom. And we all know that if we are talking about Kwame Nkrumah, we are seeing Ghana indeed, because these are true liberators who have fought so hard in order for them to liberate people of Ghana. And his mission and his colleagues back then, it was not only for them to liberate Ghana, but it was for them to liberate the entire Africa continent. So, of course, this it has left a very kind of like a motivation for many African leaders out there. Whenever there is something which has to do with Africans, something which Africans have to be sit together and celebrate, of course, all Africans, they usually come together and support people of Ghana. So that's why we saw today there were over 30 head of the states all over Africa continent, excluding, of course, their representatives such as the prime ministers and different ministers, or maybe the speaker of the parliament, different delegations which came from different places. So guys, all these presidents, they went over there. And of course, the protocol was following everything just like normal. We saw how the president came sworn in. The next things, he gave his speech. After he gave his speech, we saw on how they start introducing African leaders who were there present in order for them to come and congratulate their colleague. And there were many leaders who we know, many leaders, like very powerful leaders in Africa, whether it's former ministers, former presidents, or anyone. But one thing that come to the attention of everyone is the moment when they call the name of Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso. The moment they call the name of Ibrahim Traore, myself, where I was seated, I was a little bit worried. And I'll explain myself why. Because we all know the relationship between Burkina Faso and Ghana at the moment over the ECOWAS organization. We all know that it is under the leadership of Ibrahim Traore as the president of Burkina Faso, who had influenced the other Sahel states such as Niger and Mali to sabotage these ECOWAS organizations and to quit these organizations to go ahead and create their own platform whereby they will be trading together and do different things together. They did not want to be associated with the ECOWAS. And we all know that ECOWAS, it is an organization which associate all the countries which are found over there in the western of Africa, such as Nigeria, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Niger, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Chad. There are so many of them. Liberia, all the Western countries, countries which are over there. These are their organization, and it has been there for so many years. But Ibrahim Traore with other African leaders, they decided to isolate themselves from these organizations. And the reason being because they end up revealing to everyone, making them understand that actually this organization, it is not at the service of black people, but it is at the service of the Western. They are the one who get to manipulate the leaders who are found inside this organization from far. They get to tell them what to do. They get to tell them to whom they want to impose their sanction on. So Ibrahim Traore, they have left, and even after they left with the president, the Mali and the Niger, there were a couple of sanctions which came after them, following them, threatening them, telling them that they should come back to the organizations. If they refuse, they'll have to face the consequences. And we also how Ibrahim Traore, with all these leaders, they remain firm until today. So seeing Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, for me, I was a little bit, seeing Ibrahim Traore in Ghana, for me, I was a little bit worried. And the reason for me being a little bit worried, because we don't know how people of Ghana, they were supposed to be reacting after they have seen him. It was either they will have to boo at him, as they did boo for many people, many presidents in Africa. I remember Paul Kagame being booed somewhere in the Republic of Congo. I remember a couple of leaders in Madagascar, they were also booed over there. So for me, I was like, okay, maybe people are going to boo him. Maybe people are going to try to insult him. And remember, whatever people are reacting is what their emotions is motivating them to behave in that a certain moment. And for Ibrahim Traore, I was just a little bit worried because I did not have an idea that people of Ghana, they'll actually do the opposite of what I was thinking. But when they call his name, Ibrahim Traore stood up. The whole stadium, they were busy applauding for him. They applaud for him more than any other president, African president who were there present. And the man, he appeared in his military uniform, like always, with his gloves on the hands. It is something that this so-called ECOWA, they've been fighting him for. They've been denying his authority as the military leader. For them, they believe that is not a man who's supposed to be sitting with other head of the state. This is a man who's supposed to be giving the power to the civilians, blah, 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 blah. They tried to put pressure on him, and the man, he resisted because he knew very well that the mastermind behind all this, it was not people of ECOWA leaders, but it was actually the Western who were busy putting even more pressure on them, in order for them to keep on sanctioning the government of Burkina Faso. But today, Ibrahim Traore, he could have maybe choose to wear a suit in a tie and go there, but he chose to go there in the same military uniform. Do you know what does that mean? That is a very strong message which Ibrahim Traore have sent it out there. And that was one of the motivation which ended up encouraging these people who were seated over there to applaud for him. And by these people applauding for him, they were also sending a very strong message to all African leaders who were seated over there. Because these African leaders, I'm sure they were even shocked. They were surprised to see a so-called military leader being welcomed in such good manners compared to theirs. Because when Ibrahim Traore stood up, the whole stadium, they were busy chanting his name. They were busy applauding and celebrating him, passing a message saying that, yes, you are the one we want to be there. Yes, you are the one who we love. We can see your work. We can see how you've been crashing down the Western. We can see on how you challenge them. We can see on how you chase them from your country, and you want to chase them in Africa continent. We can see your vision, And some of us as Africans who believe in your vision, some of us who are tired of having puppet presidents who have to be at the service of the Western, we are here to support you. That is a very strong message. They celebrate him to show him that no, we are not ignoring of what you are doing. We are well aware of what you are doing. We might not be speaking French, we might not be in Burkina Faso, but your message is reaching everywhere around Africa corners. That was the message which people of Ghana, they have to send to Ibrahim Traore. And you can have already an idea of what kind of motivation or encouragement these people of Ghana, they have given to Ibrahim Traore. Because he was seated right there, guys. Ibrahim Traore, he was seated right there when they were calling other African leaders. And as they were standing one by one on their queue to go and greet their colleague, the stadium was quiet until when the name of Ibrahim Traore is being raised or being mentioned. That is when now the stadium, everyone they start celebrating. This is a very strong message to these African leaders that you guys, whatever you are doing, we are not happy about it. Proof to that, see when your names are being called out, we don't even celebrate for you. We might maybe applaud for you, but we don't celebrate because we know you guys, you pretend to be working for people of Africa, but you are at the service of the Western. You have everything in your power for you to sit in the AU, African Union, and chase away these oppressors or this former colonial of Africa continent to go back. You have that power and the blessing of African people in order for you to refuse with African minerals and do what is good. You are in the possession and having the power to build roads and create more jobs and make sure that a circulation of merchandise can be for moving around Africa continent, but you are failing us. This was a strong message which Africans who were seated over there in Ghana today, saying that you guys, you have failed us for so many years and we don't want you anymore. We need some fresh blood. We need some fresh and young energy, such as the people as Ibrahim Traore and many Pan-Africans out there who are promising for the bed of African people. That was the message which people of Ghana, they have to send. Guess what? This reminds me something about Julius Malema as well. Come to think of it, in South Africa, maybe Julius Malema is not that appreciated, but outside there in the world, especially in Africa continent, people such as Julius Malema, they are being considered as true heroes or true liberators of Africans. This reminds me of Julius Malema when he was invited in Lesotho in order for him to go and participate in the previous elections, which one of the opposition leader who came in power after 8 months of him creating his own political party. So this opposition leader had to invite Julius Malema just in a way of encouraging him as well as an opposition leader that you should not lose hope. Some days you'll also win the election. Julius Malema, when he arrived in that stadium, you guys still remember what happened? Julius Malema was celebrated like a hero. Julius Malema was celebrated like someone whom people were so thirsty to see him. They applaud. The moment was coming out from the car, the whole stadium, they feel like this is the man they've been waiting for. Maybe you feel like we're exaggerating, but what about when Julius Malema have to go and visit Liberia? The kind of warm welcome which he received there from our fellow African brothers. What about when Julius Malema went and visit Ghana, where he held a Pan-African, should I say, conference or meeting, which had to gather thousands of people, to the point that the whole country, it was shaken down, because we saw even some leaders of political parties who have to book a meeting with him. What about when he had to go and visit also Kenya, where he had to pass a strong message and criticizing the leadership of President William Ruto of Kenya, on how he had to welcome the criminal and cruel King Charles. So guys, when you see these leaders that I'm mentioning so far, you'll understand that these are the people, whatsoever they are doing is not going in vain. If we have to put our political party aside, if we have to put our Gali's color aside, you will see that these people, they are contributing a lot in true liberation of African people. And it is for that reason their message is being welcomed out there by Africans with both hands. And what happened today in Ghana, it is something which shows that even if Ibrahim Traore decides to step down and leave the power, people of Africa, people of Ghana, people of Burkina Faso, they'll go and look for him. Do you know why? Because it's the kind of player which Africa need in the front line in order for it to liberate itself. They'll go and call for his name. That is the fact. I don't see, after what I saw today, I don't see by any means that Ibrahim Traore will choose to step aside as a military government, and people of Africa, they'll just let him be like that. They will remove him in the militaries, and they're still gonna vote him back as a new president of Burkina Faso, or someone who can be more useful to African continent. Ibrahim Traore, Julius Malema, Prof Lumumba, and many more Pan-Africans out there who are having this kind of behaviors. There are people who are revolting the African youth. These are people who are making Africans to start hating their head of the state. Do you know why? Because Africans can see what the head of the state they've been doing around. They'll tell you one thing today, tomorrow they'll do another. They'll promise you this today, tomorrow they'll do another things. They'll say something today and tomorrow they'll change. Why? Because they have to receive some orders or some commands which are coming from across the Ocean Pacific, some message which are coming from Paris or from the United States of America, and then you'll have just to obey because they feel like, no, if we don't do this, then we are dumb. We won't benefit anything. So this kind of mistakes that these African leaders they've been doing, it had now waken up Africans to start now seeing who are the true Pan-Africans, who are there to fight not only for their country, but for the entire Africa. And Ibrahim Traore today, he have proved it. He have make it loud and clear out there that Africans, they are with him. Africans, they are supporting him. He's now having that confidence of knowing that I have Africans who listen to my voice, who listen to my message. I have the support of Africans. And this, it did not only send a message to African leaders in order for them to see on how they can start changing their behaviors and start behaving like a true Pan-Africans, but this also had to send a very strong message to the Western, who've been trying so hard lately in order for them to eliminate Ibrahim Traore, whether it's physically, whether it is politically, in any way possible, because they don't want to see him over there as the head of the state of Burkina Faso, because so far they are not in control of mineral of Burkina Faso. We are talking about a man who have to chase them, all of them out one by one. He started with France. He came to the United States of America after they had sent their delegations. He sent them out straight away. And he told all these military countries that if you guys want to remain independent, chase all these people from your countries. That's how we saw Mali, they end up chasing them out. Niger, they chased them also out. Burkina Faso, under the leadership of Ibrahim Traore, they end up chasing the British, the powerful British. They chased them over there. They told them that, no, look, leave our minerals. From now on, this your so-called companies belongs now to the states. So right now, Burkina Faso, under the leadership of Ibrahim Traore, they are the one who are in control of their minerals. They are the one who get to have a last word to say about their mineral. Isn't it that a beautiful thing? And when all these things are taking place, Africans, they can see. And they can appreciate him for that. That's the reason why they welcome him like a true Pan-Africans. And that is a very strong message, because we need this kind of leaders. So don't come here and tell us about your leaders, blah, 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 blah. The true leaders, they are the one who get to convince everyone, whether you are from the opposition political party, whether you are from the majority of presidential majorities. At least you have to agree deep down and say that, okay, this is the rightful person that Africa need to have as a leader. Guys, thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate your presence. It was very important that we come here and have this conversation with you about what Ibrahim Traore have done today in Ghana. So feel free to drop us also your comments in the comment section. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us what you think about this act of Ibrahim Traore in Ghana, so that we can have a look on it and see also how you think about it. And tell us also what you think about African leaders need to do in order for them to become like Ibrahim Traore in the way of dealing with the Western. So I believe that will be all for now. We really do appreciate your presence. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Give us your thumbs up as you are leaving. I think that will be all for now. Continue to be yourself, be good, be kind. Have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon in our next video. Ciao, ciao.